Great evening, family. Welcome. Today's discussion is one that's been on my left and my right brain now for a minute. Okay. And it's climbing your mountain, your purpose in your life, your purpose in your life. And this is something that is true to everyone, not just me. And I realize that. I recognize that. We make up excuses. Sometimes we would sabotage ourselves in our life purpose, but it's something in us that wants to guide us to what we're supposed to be really doing on this planet. But we will find a lot of excuses to prohibit ourselves, even though, okay, environmental reasons, energies, and all that can play into it. But you are the ultimate power house in your life. But what happens is you allow, because we've been taught, and I want to get into this, and I know I'm going a little bit too fast for myself too. But that's because I don't want to forget my ideas that I'm thinking as I'm speaking. But climbing your mountain, reaching your mountain, it it's been connected to our goals in life. It's been what they call it. It's another way of saying, have I achieved my dreams, my goals in life? And because This is the way we see it. We see it as goals and dreams. But do we really know what our true goals and our true dreams are? A lot of times it is what we go for. It's because we're listening to within us. We're being guided. We're listening to our nature. That's what I mean by that. And our nature guides us to where we're supposed to be. And a lot of times we prohibit it. And a lot of times we allow outside sources to prohibit it. Hey, Emanuel Briggs, welcome. So I've been examining myself. I've been, studying myself. And we need to take seriously what we do to ourselves. Because if we're doing the right things for ourselves, we're able to move forward without these obstacles that are in the way. We are able to literally jump over the obstacles and walk through them. And, but for some reason, there's a lot of things that are put into our minds that these things outside of us are greater than us. So we think that everything is greater than us. And we don't realize that we are gods having a physical experience and actually living in our own creative. We don't recognize that about ourselves. God has no conscious, no awareness. But when it's put into an animal body, an animated body, a physical body like we walk amongst this earth, we have a conscious of self. We have awareness. And and that's what we're here for. We're here to experience and live out our purpose. We're here to climb that mountain. We're here to overcome the world. But, how can you overcome the world when you allowing the world to overcome you with ideas and thoughts and things that are all created, you know? And some are not even based in any kind of reality, but we still allow these things to exist in our world. And, you know, nothing is outside of you is more powerful than you. The only, the enemy allows you to become your own enemy. Well, you allow the enemy to allow you to become your own enemy. I should say that. And I would say the buck needs to stop. It needs to stop somewhere. And for me, I'm thinking it needs to stop, now for me in my life. Because, many times we might think we climbed the mountain, we ain't climbed nothing yet. And the way they make it synonymous with climbing the mountain is it takes mental strength and you cannot have fear. And we tend to have fear in our lives to climb over that hump, to reach the top and say, I made it. What's wrong with that? If you did it for for your purpose while you're on this planet, and you finally climbing that mountain and not allowing the obstacles and the hurdles and things like that to get in the way. This fake fictitious things that are put in front of us, you know, uh, fear is something we should not have. You know, let me start. Let me go back and just let's just focus on what it takes to climb a real mountain physically before we think about the mountain, the spiritual mountain. Let's let's just imagine that we were going to go hiking and we have to literally climb one of these mountains here that you see a picture of. And it's the first thing that would hit you is fear. And for some it may not hit them like that. Maybe they are able to do that. But it takes either way, it doesn't matter if you have fear or not. It's still your mental strength that it's going to take. And you have so many obstacles in this world, so much um, things, which is environment, um, energies, and yourself, your negative thoughts, that how you perceive everything around you in this world. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to attempt to climb the mountain? But what it takes to climb the physical mountain, it takes a lot of mental strength. You got to, okay. So, I say that because you might think it takes physical strength, but the physical strength, I would say, is half of it. The mental is what's going to carry you all the way up that mountain, literally, physically. Because you're not going to be thinking, you got to, you can't be thinking about falling. You can't be fearful, for one thing. You got to be bold, you got to be brave. You got to say, I'm going to do this and I want to go all the way. Nothing's going to stop me. I know I can do this. I'm going to look for those little ledges so that they are going to help me to climb up this mountain. I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to use my mind. I'm not going to allow the negative thoughts and me saying, no, I cannot make it up this mountain. I'm not going to think that. I'm going to be focused and determined to climb up this mountain. And you pretty much have to set aside the fear. You cannot, you won't be able to have no fear in this when it comes to climbing your mountain. Fear is something that cannot exist. And then you would see how powerful you are, because the things outside of you have no power. But hold on, hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. But like I said, fear is one of those obstacles that tend to stop you in your tracks and allow for you to put a lot of things in front of you and your purpose. So I'm having difficulties here with this. Sorry about that, family. Let me get this straight here. Fix this thing. Present.
While your new double oven is taking care of dinner and dessert, you're remembering how to tie.
Okay, here we go. Let me share the mountain. All right, so basically, I see it this way. Once you climb your mountain and you go on ahead and achieve your life's purpose, this is when you have overcome the illusion and the world. This is how you know. And how you know you climbed your mountain is the deep feeling within you. Mama. Mama. Sorry about that. I'm back. So it's when you have overcome the world and um, finally reached your mountaintop. And only you know what your mountaintop is, what your purpose in life is. Yeah. Sorry about that again. But only you know, and this is a personal thing, your purpose in life. Each of us have talents and gifts that we are to share. Um, just like there's many, many stars. Hold on.
Did you find
It's in your room. Go. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully, this doesn't go back out again. I've been having some difficulties here streaming. I just set the computer down and want to act up. So, as I was saying, and now it's not going to let me on Facebook. I don't know what's going on with this on Facebook. It's saying that it may have been it deleted or ended my stream on Facebook. Let me view my Facebook real quick. I don't even know. What did I do? It's not my page. Well, anyway, I'm gonna keep on going regardless whether I'm on Facebook or not. It shouldn't be acting up like this. Can't really make no changes. Okay, let's get out of that. Oh, right. So, as I was saying about the stars, which is where each one of us come from, those stars. And we all have connected connected various energies, connection of energies because of where we come from. How, those ancestors, we come from them. So coming from each ancestor who had a variation of energies, gases, all these things that stars are made of. Power, power, real power, not the power that man wants to put over other beings on the planet, but real power, the power for you to strive forward, to strive forward. That's real power. That's the real power that has been oppressed and suppressed so that you won't utilize it for your greater good in your life. Not that there's something outside of you that controls you, only if you allow it. Only if you allow that thing outside of you to control you. Hold on. I hope it doesn't go. I do not know what's going on with this computer, but it's acting janky and okay. So let me evidently this wasn't a good moment to go into this discussion because I've been having so much disruption, so much issues with this computer. Um, but anyway, speaking of hurdles and jumping over these things and looking over these things and just going forward. Um, with your power, with your energy, you know, preserved for you to move forward and move and live out your life purpose. Um, But it all depends on what you want in your life. Do you want the negative or do you want the positive? Do you want the high masculine and the high feminine? Or do you want to dwell within the lower levels of those in your life? You decide. You have those powers, you have that control. Not not anything outside of you has that control for you. Only you have those controls. And it's all about your life purpose, you know. That's the way you're going to achieve it, is to overlook the negative and accentuate the positive. Got to eliminate the negative and accentuate the positive. So that's what that's about. Let me see here. That's really what it's all about. So basically, excuse me, I'm so sorry. If you put, for example, if you put white supremacy in your mind, which is something that does not exist and it's man made, it's low level man and female made, feminine energies. It's the lower levels. Though some things just live in those lower levels. And you really have to you pull yourself in your mind and your thinking from those levels and use your nuggets, use your brain. Because when you really sit and think about these things, you really the moron and all of it, and the ridiculousness of it, especially when you think about those who put color on everything to exist on this planet. And the point that you're trying to make about lives matter and being killed in the street, you know, people want to come back with a color instead of taking, they don't, you won't see no high road been taken in that. It's just no high road. It's a low road, always. So it's best to come out of that thinking and that thought process of being considered a color, because that started with the lower levels, and the lower levels once again will love to pull you down with it. Definitely feels the need to pull you down with it, to take your energy, worrying about, thinking about when there's greater things you have to spend your time doing and thinking and taking actions upon. There's way greater things. For example, we must put things in place, you know, put things in place to prevent, because God has nothing to do with your suffering on the planet. Once again, I tell you that you are the God, the energy, the generator, the operator, the destroyer on the planet. You are in control of everything, and but don't know it because you've been under control. You've been under control in many, many ways. Politically, laws, religiously, educationally, under a control system. So the problem is the mind is captured. And once again, we said it took what? Mental strength, not just physical strength to climb a mountain. It takes mental strength. So therefore, and the spiritual mountains you're trying to climb, it's going to take the same thing, mental strength. It's going to take mental strength to do the spiritual things you need to do in your purpose, and mental strength to do the physical things in your purpose, since you are an animated physical being on this planet. And I didn't want to be on here too long, but I just felt like that was something important, that to recognize that you are literally a star, an angle in the planet with a purpose. And nothing outside of you determines that purpose but you. And nothing outside of you can stop you from climbing your mountain. So climb your mountain. Go walk through those barriers. Walk, knock down those barriers. Knock down those, jump. Oh, sorry. Jump over those hurdles and start kicking out things that are not paying for their space in your mind. Start giving them their vacate notices. So, with that said, family, true love, real peace, and the higher self within the soul, and climb your mountains, because those mountains, you have not climbed yet, because you are putting obstacles, you're putting things between you and your purpose. You're preventing it from happening. And I think it's an amazing thing once we achieve that, once we reach our mountaintop. Once we reach our mountaintops, it's amazing. Till next time, peace.